craziest scene takes place in this week's Parsha. If you think about it, it's really hard to understand. Rashi tells us from the change in Lashon, when the frogs, the wording is originally that there's one frog, and then there were many frogs that covered all of Mitzrayim. And if you think about the way Rashi explains it, it's really fascinating. There was a single frog and somebody hit it and it became 2, and then people hit it, it became 4 and 8 and 16, and it continued to multiply and multiply. Wouldn't logic dictate, wouldn't logic tell us, hey, stop hitting the frog. Deal with one frog, it's okay. Why keep hitting it? Why keep beating the frog again and again and again if you see that every time you hit it, it becomes more? There's a very interesting answer given, and I think that it's something worth thinking about for a moment. When the Mitzrayim hit the frog and it didn't go away, they became frustrated and angry, and they allowed their feelings and their emotions to take over. Anger is a very, very scary midah. It's one that has almost no worthwhile and good positive attributes to it. It's just anger. And when we act in anger, we make mistakes that we cannot understand later and cannot learn from, unless we are very careful to teach ourselves not to be angry. Don't let anger be in charge. Had the Mitzrayim not let anger be in charge, according to Rashi, maybe they would have just had 1 frog or 2 frogs or 5 frogs. 5 frogs is not such a big deal. Millions and billions of frogs, that's a big deal. All because they allowed their anger to take over. Let's try to think about how this plays into our life. Do we allow anger to take over? Do we allow ourselves to become angry and do things that we really didn't want to do? Let's work on that over this extended weekend. Make sure that we're not allowing anger to drive the bus. Make sure that we are really in charge of ourselves when we're starting to feel frustrated and angry. Think about all those things we learn in open circle, breathing techniques, separating ourselves, being able to refocus so that we are not allowing ourselves to be engulfed in anger. Shabbat Shalom.